30 minutes.
Good afternoon.
Welcome po sa DPWH Sorsogon 2nd, Payawing Gubat, Sorsogon. Today is February 29, 2024. Scheduled for today's pre-bid conference is for the project 24FL0040 with contract name Construction, Improvement of Access Roads, leading to declared tourism destination, Tourism Road Infrastructure Program, TRIP, Matnog-Bulan-Magallanes Tourism, West Coast Highway, Bulan Side, Sorsogon, Bulan, Sorsogon. Present here today for today's pre-bid conference are the following. Erwin S. Asenares, Back Chairman. Wilfredo S. Fajardo, Back Vice Chairman. Dave Almeida, Back Member. Bernadette D. Laguna, Back Member. Nathaniel E. Ferratero Jr., Part-Time Section. Nathaniel B. Alegre, Back Secretariat. D. Aniel by IT. Glenn L. Inicio, Head of Procurement. Mr. Chair, for today's pre-bid conference, meron na po tayong quorum and wala po present na contractor po today.
Okay, good afternoon. Since we have a quorum, this pre-bid conference is now called to order. And the agenda for this pre-bid meeting are as follows. The basic contract data, the guidelines in submission of bids, requirements of bidding documents, eligibility criteria, the documents to be submitted by the bidder, including the technical and financial proposals, criteria and procedures for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. Question and comments from bidders and replies of BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity. The summary proceedings, including the bid bulletin to be issued, and other matters. To discuss to us the basic contract data is Engineer Ferratero Jr.
Basic contract data for contract ID number 24FL0040, construction improvement of access roads leading to declared tourism destinations, Tourism Road Infrastructure Program, TRIP, Matnog-Bulan-Magallanes, Tourism West Coast Highway, Bulan Side, Sorsogon. Contract location is at Bulan, Sorsogon. Approved budget for the contract is 39,200,000 pesos. Brief description, construction of roads. Source of fund is FY 2024 GAA. Contract duration 135 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on March 14, 2024 until 10 a.m. and the opening of bids is at 10 a.m. of March 14, 2024, immediately after closing the receipt of bids. Major category of work, the code is RCP. Here's a sample of the bill of quantities and the bid data sheet. All of these are downloadable through the DPWH website or at the PhilJobs website. Minimum manpower requirement for project manager, the minimum years of experience required is 5 years. Project engineer, 5 years. Materials engineer, 3 years. Safety health officer, 1 year, and foreman, 3 years. Minimum equipment requirement for dump truck, the required number of units is 3 units. Payloader, 1 unit. Bulldozer, 1 unit. Backhoe, 1 unit. Motorized road grader, 1 unit. Vibratory roller, 1 unit. Water truck pump, 2 units. Transit mixer, 2 units. Concrete vibrator, 2 units. Concrete batch plant, 1 unit. Concrete screeder, 1 unit. Concrete saw, 1 unit. Bar cutter, 1 unit. Bar bender, 1 unit. 1 bagger mixer, 3 units. Pig compactor, 1 unit. Applicator machine, 1 unit. And kneading machine, 1 unit. So we have here the sample of the special conditions of contract and also some samples of the plans. So we have here the site development plan, the straight line diagram, and some typical roadway cross sections. Again, all of these are downloadable through the DPWH website or at the PhilJobs website. So for the next slide, it will be discussed by Engineer Almeida.
Submission and receipt of bids. Bids should be submitted to the back on the date, time, and either at its physical address or through online submission specified in the instruction to bidders. Through the bidder's duly authorized representative in a two-envelope system, where eligibility and technical requirements are enclosed in one envelope and the financial requirements in another envelope. Eligibility and technical envelope and financial envelope shall be then enclosed in one single envelope. Ang bid validity po natin is 120 calendar days. Sealing and marking of bids. Yan po ang ating sealing and marking of our bids. Original technical, 1 envelope. Original financial, 1 envelope. All enclosed in a single envelope marked original bid. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back, procuring entity, and the markings do not open before the date, time of the opening of the bids as specified in the instruction to bidders. For copy 1 and copy 2, dapat po nakaseparate din ang copy 1, technical, or copy 2, financial, all enclosed po in one envelope. marked copy 1 bid, and each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, bank, procuring entity, and the markings do not open before the date and times specified in the instruction to bidders. Lahat po yan, yung original bid, copy 1 and copy 2 bid, shall be then enclosed in one mother envelope. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, bank, procuring entity, and the markings do not open before the date and time specified in the instruction to bidders. Sealing and markings of bid. Improperly sealed and marked bid envelopes are not properly compressed and password protected will be accepted, provided the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The bank shall assume no responsibility for misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid for its premature opening. Unsealed and unmarked shall not be accepted. Not compressed and not password protected shall not be accepted. Improperly sealed and marked acts shall be accepted. Improperly compressed and password protected shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. Electronic submission of bids. Bidder shall submit their bids to any of the above mentioned online or electronic facilities at any time before or the closing date and time specified in the bidding documents. Through electronic means or through GPPP online portal. Guidelines through electronic means, two-factor security procedure, archived and password protected, allow access to a password protected bidding documents. Password shall be disclosed by the bidders only during the actual bid opening, capable of generating an audit trail of transactions. Submission and receipt of bids. Bids submitted after the deadline shall not be accepted. The box secretariat shall notify in writing all bidders whose bids it has received through its PhilJEP's registered physical address or email address within 7 calendar days from the date of the opening of the bid. For modification of bids before the deadline of submission of bids, bidder shall not be allowed to treat its original bid. Submit new bid equally sealed, properly identified, linked to its original bid, and marked as a modification. Yan po yung for modification of bid. For withdrawal of bids naman po, letter of withdrawal must be received prior to the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. For bids withdrawn within the interval between the deadline and expiration of bid validity, the bid security shall be forfeited. For electronic bid, submission of bidders shall send another bid equally secured, properly identified, and labeled as modification of the one previously submitted. The time indicated in the latest bid receipt page generated shall be official time of submission. So meron po tayong two modes of submission of bid, either manual submission of bid or electronic submission of bid. The bidder may opt only one mode lang po sa pag-submit ng bid. For manual submission of bid, yan po ay sa Box Secretariat Office, DPWH Sorsogon 2nd DO, Barangay Bayawin, Luban, Sorsogon. For electronic submission of bids, yan po ay sa electronic bids _Sorsogon 2 at dpwh.gov.ph. Requirements of bidding documents. Ang mga documents po ito ay nakapost po sa DPWH websites and sa PhilJEPs to aid our contractors in preparation of their bids. Ang mga documents po ito ay instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specifications, drawings, yan ang po mga plans, bill of quantities, and sample forms. Eligibility criteria. To be eligible to participate in the bidding of the said project, a bidder must be a duly licensed Filipino citizen or sole proprietorship, partnership duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines or Persons, entities forming themselves into a joint venture as per section 23.4.2.1 of the IRR. Foreign bidders may be eligible to participate in accordance with the guidelines issued by the GPPB as per section 23.4.2.2 of the IRR. Bidders must have a valid FICAM license, must have a single largest completed contract that is similar to the contract to be bid, at least 50% of the ABC. Contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience, provided the cost of the contract to be bid is not more than the ARCC of registration. Bidders must have an NFCC at least equal to the ABC. Eligibility and technical documents to be submitted by the bidders. We encourage our bidders to enroll in our civil work application to facilitate the fast evaluation of their eligibility. However, if they have not yet enrolled in the CWA, these are the documents they have to submit. Class A legal documents. Number 1, field job certificate and registration, mayor's permit, DTI, tax clearance. Number 2, PICAB license and registration. Statement of ongoing government and private contracts. Statement of SLCC, computation of the NFCC, valid joint venture agreement if applicable. Bid security in the form of cash or manager's check, bank draft, bank guarantee, surety bond, or bid securing declaration. Please be guided po ng GPPB Resolution number 16, 2020 sa format po ng bid securing declaration. Project requirements, organizational chart for the contract will bid, list of contractors' key personnel, list of contractors' major equipment units, owned, lease, or under purchase agreement. Omnibus form statement, please be guided ulit na lang po ng GPPB Resolution number 16, 2020 sa format po ng ating bid securing declaration. So, isahin po natin yan. Class A legal documents, field job certificate of registration, platinum membership. Required po na dapat po ang mga contractors is meron na po silang platinum membership sa field job. As per GPPB Resolution number 15, 2021, lifting the suspension on the implementation of the mandatory submission of field job certificate of platinum registration and membership on competitive bidding and then limited source bidding. So dapat po meron po kayong maintain na platinum membership from the field jobs. Class A technical documents, statement of ongoing contracts, statement of single largest completed contract, valid FICAB license, special FICAB license for joint venture. Class A financial documents, yan po yung NFCC. Class B, in case of joint venture, yung joint venture agreement dapat po na-attach din po. Recently expired mayor's permit shall be accepted together with the OR. For renewed permit shall be submitted as post-qualification requirements in accordance with Section 34.2 of the 2016 IRR. So, kung mayroon pong attach yung ng mayor's permit, yung may na-attach pong OR during post-qua po, in case po kayo po yung na-evaluate as lowest calculated bid, hahanapin po namin yung valid mayor's permit. For tax clearance naman po, submission of a BRR receipt for renewal of tax clearance will not suffice in lieu of a valid tax clearance requirement. Submission of provisionary tax clearance issued by the BRR for bidding purposes is not acceptable form of tax clearance as per GPPB Resolution number 1, 2014. Dapat po valid po ang inyong tax clearance. Okay po. Statement of ongoing government and private contracts. Statement of the bidder of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract will be. The statement shall include all information required in the bidding documents. The SLCC should be similar to the contract will bid or has the same major categories of work. The SLCC should be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid upon adjustment of current prices using the PSA consumer price indices. Contractor is under small A and small B categories without similar experience on the contract may participate if the cost of the contract to be bid is not more than the allowable range of contract cost or ARCC of their registration. Valid PICAB license, special PICAB license, registration for the type and cost of contract to be bid should be valid at the time of the deadline for the submission and opening notice. So, ika po dapat valid po during opening bids. Dapat po during opening bids valid po sila. Bid security, mamimili lang po tayo dyan of either form of cash, or manager's check, bank draft, bank guarantee, or a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. 2% lang po pag yan po ang ginamit natin. For surety bond naman po, callable upon demand, dapat po 5% of the ABC, or you can use po yung bid securing declaration. Please bigay din lang po ng GPP Resolution number 16 sa format po ng ating bid securing declaration. Yan po ang sample ng ating bid securing declaration. Okay, makikita lang po. Tsaka, please bigay ulit ng GPP Resolution number 16, 2020 sa format po ng ating Omnibus Form Statement. Dapat po lahat ng mga clauses na yan ay nandun po sa inyong Omnibus Form Statement. Any omission or change po will cause for your disqualification. For financial envelope naman po, dapat po ang laman niya ng bid form, summary bid prices, bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of materials, labor, and equipment, cash flow by quarter, month, and payment schedule, other documents required in the bidding documents. So yan po, may sample po tayo ng bid form. Nandun po yan sa GPP Resolution number 16, 2020. For detailed evaluation of bid, ang purpose po natin is determining the lowest calculated bid. Unless the instruction to bidders specifically allows partial bids, those not providing all the requirements shall be considered non-responsive. Placing no price is considered non-responsive. Specifying a zero or dash means it is offered for free. Establishing the correct calculated prices of bids, ranking of calculated total bid prices from lowest to highest. Ang method po natin is a non-discretionary criteria which should be used, which shall include consideration of completeness of bids and minor arithmetical corrections. The result shall be contained in an abstract of bids. For detailed evaluation of bid, in case of discrepancies between bid figures and bid prices in words, bid price in words shall prevail. Total price per item versus unit price for the item times quantity. The unit price for the item times the quantity shall prevail. Stated total price versus the actual sum of the prices of component items. The actual sum of prices of component items shall prevail. Unit cost in the detailed estimate versus the unit cost in the bill of quantities. Unit cost in the bill of quantities shall prevail. Reminders na po sa ating mga bidder ng ating no contact rule, provision of communication with bidders from bid evaluation until bid award. However, pwede po mag-contact ang back through if mayroon po clarifications sa inyong mga bids. For post-qualification po natin, ang purpose po is to determine whether the lowest calculated bid complies with and is responsive to the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents to be declared as the lowest calculated responsive bid. Ang method po is a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion which shall be used to verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents submitted by the lowest calculated bid. Thank you.
Okay. Since we have no other matters to be discussed, this private conference for today is now adjourned.